Hello whiskey lovers and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. I'm deep inside the Fort Napoleon, 2 centuries of history here because this was built by Napoleonic forces in 1811. And Napoleon even visited it here. He actually planned to have 3 forts in Ostende and the French eagerly awaited the English to come across the North Sea. Well, probably eagerly is not the word the French would have chosen. Anyway, they only built this one, which originally was called Fort Imperial, but at the end it was renamed Fort Napoleon. And it is a sight to see. It is here in Ostende that you can visit the Fort Napoleon. But obviously, I'm not here to talk to you about Fort Napoleon because on top of the roof, you have a beautiful view, and that's where another beautiful whiskey awaits. Follow me. In the Fort Napoleon, we come up here to the very windy and chilly roof of the Fort Napoleon, a beautiful view over the North Sea. But what's here to keep me warm is a beautiful, beautiful whiskey. And that whiskey is something brand new from Nc'nean distillery. Now it's fair to say that I'm a bit of a fan of Nc'nean because I've tried all of their regular batches, but now they came out with a new series called Quiet Rebels. Quiet Rebels is actually an ode to the people who work at Nc'nean, and again in a completely recycled packaging. In fact, Nc'nean has just been B certified, so they really do things differently. They're way ahead of their peers, to be honest. And this is the Nc'nean Quiet Rebels Annabel. And Annabel is, of course, Annabel Thomas, the leading lady of the Nc'nean distillery. And what she's done now is not only STR casks and bourbon casks, but also Tokaji cask. Now Tokaji, if you're not familiar with that, is actually a dessert wine from Hungary. You just get the glass. I didn't want to put it down because it's way too windy, and it would just fly off and I'd be drinking from the bottle. Now that's not done now, is it? Tokaji is an Hungarian sweet wine, and so I do expect this to be light and fruity like all the Nc'neans, but with a heavily sweet twist to it. Let me put it that way. So let's find out if this is any good. It's bottled at 48.5% ABV. I'm going to need this to warm up. Right. The Nc'nean Quiet Rebels Annabel. Beautiful golden color. Links to the glass, which is always good. That's probably the oils from the sherry, from the dessert one, I mean. Right, on the nose. Oh, nice. Sweet and fruity. I get melons and grapefruit in there as well. But also peach and apricot, and that's probably the Tokaji talking. Vanilla from the bourbon casks. It's sweet and fruity, but not over the top. It's a bit fresh and lively and reminds me a bit of spring. I also get some herbal notes that give it some depth. I get some camphor. I get some green notes there as well. And then some sandwich now. How weird. A touch of mustard seeds and a leaf of mint. It's quite amusing and quite inviting. Right, on the palate. The sweetness that I'm used to from Nc'nean is definitely there. The vanilla is there again. It's again that light and spring whiskey in your mouth. But here I get this extra note, this extra sweetness. It's a bit of a Manuka honey in there that gives it. Oh, but it's lovely. It's well balanced. It does not go over the top. It is the classic Nc'nean, which I love, with this extra sweet twist. And that's a fine piece of craftsmanship right there. A bit of cloves towards the end, keeping you nice and warm, which is quite welcome on this rather chilly February afternoon. On the finish then. The finish. Softly drying, nicely spicy, some ginger in there, some black pepper in the end. Good. And excuse me, The red fruit that I had on the nose, on the palate, returns in the finish with some melon at the death. It's picture perfect once again. Beautiful packaging, beautiful whiskey, and there's more to come. I hope that the other quiet rebels working away at the Dermul estate at the Nc'nean distillery will soon be back with a new one, and there's a lot to be discovered, I'm sure. And that's all for this Whisky Rambling from the Fort Napoleon in Ostend at the Belgian seacoast, and I hope to see one of Mark's Whisky Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you. Bye bye.